Thank you so much for joining me for this balance focus class today. It's really windy up here on the rooftop this morning, so we're going to go ahead with 3 rounds of sun salutation to get us warmed up, and we're going to go ahead and get started standing. So if we start with our sun A, making your way to the very top of the mat. As you inhale, we're going to sweep the arms all the way up overhead, and as you exhale, folding forwards, bending the knees, landing the hands, stepping the feet back to plank. So we're finding that stable base in the hands, really strong shoulders, reaching back through the heels. As you exhale, we're going to lower, maybe all the way, maybe halfway. Inhaling, lifting the chest, untucking the toes, squeezing the quads to keep them lifted. And this time with a big exhale, we're going to send the hips all the way back and up into downward facing dog. You want to take all the little pedals, wriggles and shuffles here that make it feel a little bit easier to just ease your way into the pose at the very beginning of the practice. And then when you're ready, bending the knees, looking forwards to the space in between the hands. As you exhale, stepping all the way forwards, forward fold. As you inhale, we're going to sweep the arms high, lifting the chest, exhaling, swan diving forwards. If you take the hands to the shins, as you inhale, we're going to lift the chest halfway, exhaling, bending the knees, landing the hands, stepping the feet back to plank. So going for round 2, exhaling to lower, breathing in, lifting to upward facing dog, exhaling, sending the hips all the way back and up, downward facing dog, pedaling the legs, maybe taking a little shake of the head, all the things that make it feel a little bit more possible. And then with a big exhale, bending the knees, looking forward to the space in between the hands, and then stepping all the way to the very top of the mat. As you inhale, sweeping the arms high, and as you exhale, swan diving forwards, straight away, taking the feet back to plank. Perfect. This time we're going to land the knees, inhaling, lifting the chest and the tailbone to cow, allowing the tummy to sink. As you exhale, drawing the belly button in, tucking the chin and the tailbone under. Inhaling, rolling the shoulders back, lifting the chest and the tailbone. Exhaling, tucking the chin and the tailbone under. And then one final round, inhaling, lifting to cow. Exhaling, tucking the chin, lifting the spine to cat. And from here, we're going to walk the hands back, sinking the hips down. If we take the feet all the way out in front, landing the hips, we're going to make our way into the variation of boat that feels the most possible. So if we start with our hands landed, you want to roll the shoulders back, lifting the chest. And when you find that place where the spine feels really straight all the way from the hips along the back, out through the crown of the head, we're going to see about lifting the feet. Ooh, and sometimes keeping the knees bent and the hands behind. Sometimes that's the thing that feels the best. We're going to flex the feet if we stay here, and maybe see about taking the hands to the backs of the hamstrings. Okay, that's going to be our second option. Maybe reaching the hands out in front, reaching through the fingers. That usually helps with a little bit of tension through the arms. And then that final option is going to be to point the toes and extend the legs long wherever you find yourself. As you inhale, we're going to lower to low boat, and as you exhale, we're going to lift all the way up. Inhaling to lower, exhaling to lift. We're going to go for 3 more. So as you inhale, we're coming down, and as you exhale, we're lifting up. Breathing in, exhaling up. As you inhale, lowering, and as you exhale, lifting. Final round, breathing in, exhaling all the way to the top. From here, we're all going to meet with the knees bent, and if we take the hands behind the backs of the thighs, we're going to roll the shoulders back, flexing the feet at the ankles. And from here, I'm going to take my left hand to the outside edge of the right foot. So we're taking a really deep bend to that right knee. As I inhale, I'm going to extend the left leg long, and I'm going to reach the right hand behind. And we want to really press through the left heel and reach through the right hand, finding that big twist at the waist. So with every inhale, I'm rolling the right shoulder back. And with every exhale, I'm pressing through the left heel. One more deep breath here. And as you exhale, we're going to draw the feet back in, finding that little tucked place that we start at. And this time I'm going to take the right hand around the outside edge of the left foot. With the next really big inhale, I'm going to press the left foot forwards, reaching, or the right foot forwards, and reaching the left hand back. Perfect. So we're finding that big twist on the other side, rolling that left shoulder back with every inhale, and with every exhale, reaching through the right heel. Breathing in deeply, finding that big twist at the waist. And as you exhale, sinking a little deeper into the twist. One more deep breath here. As you exhale, we're going to come back through the center, rolling the shoulders back, flexing the feet at the ankles one last time. And from here, we're going to see about taking the hands behind. And if you can interlace the hands behind the back, then as you inhale, we're going to reach the feet long. Exhaling, pressing the hands back behind. We're just going to stay for one last really deep breath here. And as you exhale, releasing the hands as gently as you can, we're going to cross the legs and take a little wriggle of the hips. So just to allow all that tension that has a real tendency to build through the hips when you take those big balance poses. We're going to inhale, reaching the hands up. And as you exhale, finding a really gentle fold forward. So it doesn't have to be super deep. Sometimes you just have to tuck the chin at the very top of the pose. And that's more than enough, right? So finding a place that feels somewhat comfortable. We're going to take 2 really deep breaths there. And then lifting the head, walking the hands to lift the chest. We're going to take the feet under the hips and the hands under the shoulders, meeting back in our tabletop. And from here, we're going to take a short round of cat-cow. So as you inhale, lifting the chest and the tailbone. Exhaling, tucking the chin and the tailbone under. Coming back to our neutral spine, we're going to see about lifting the right foot up behind. Breathing in deeply, and as you exhale, we're going to take the right toes over to the outside edge of the left side of the mat. So we're reaching it around to the left. And if you turn to look over your left shoulder back towards the toes, then you should find a big stretch all down the right side of the body. Breathing in deeply, exhaling fully. And then when you're ready, we're going to lift the right toes, tucking the left toes behind. As you inhale, we're going to lift the left knee. And as you exhale, sending that right foot all the way back and up into a 3-legged dog. Maybe staying there, or as you exhale, bending the right leg at the knee, reaching the right knee high, and just allowing the left foot to hang down by the left glutes. So we're finding like a scorpion dog shape here. Breathing in deeply, pressing down through the hands, and as you exhale, allowing the hips to open to the right. One more really deep breath here. And then as you exhale, we're going to draw that right knee forwards into the chest. Shoulders come forwards over the wrists. And if we land the right foot in between the hands or thereabouts, we're going to find that place where we can press down through the right foot, sweeping the arms up into our high lunge, reaching up through the fingers and sinking down into that right knee. So it's a big stretch all across the front of the left hip here. taking all the little wriggles and shuffles that make it feel a little bit more possible. We're going to go for the big step through. So as you exhale, we're going to bring that left knee forwards and up. So we're standing on the right foot and we've got the left knee out in front. Maybe you stay here, okay? Second option is going to be to cross the left ankle over the right knee, and if you sink the hips back and sweep the arms up alongside the ears, then we should be in our figure 4 chair. Breathing in deeply, exhaling, rooting down through the right foot. We're just gonna stay for one more really deep inhale here. And as you exhale, we're going to uncross the left ankle, reaching the left foot back, taking the hands down towards the mat. And we're finding our way into a variation of Warrior 3 that feels somewhat possible, somewhat comfortable, definitely somewhat possible. So maybe you stay with the variation where the fingertips are landed, sometimes pressing down through the foot, taking the palms to prayer and squeezing the shoulder blades together. But if you take one last really deep breath wherever you found yourself, then as you exhale, we're going to land the back foot, sweeping the arms high, exhaling, landing the hands and stepping the right foot back to plank. Taking a deep inhale here, and as you exhale, we're going to lower, breathing in, lifting the chest to upward facing dog, exhaling, sending the hips all the way back and up into our downward facing dog, and taking a few moments here to pedal out the legs, take a little shake of the head, all the things that make it feel a little bit more possible, a little bit more comfortable. And then from here, as you exhale, we're going to land the knees, breathing in, lifting the chest and the tailbone, exhaling, tucking the chin and the tailbone under, finding your way back to a neutral spine. We're going to see about lifting the left foot all the way up behind, taking a deep inhale, and as you exhale, we're going to take the left toes over to the outside of the right side of the mat. And maybe staying here just a little moment, or turning to look over the right shoulder, back at the left toes. You can find that big stretch all down the left side of the body this time. One more deep breath here, and then lifting the left toes back up behind. We're going to tuck the right toes, breathing in deeply to lift the right knee, and with a big exhale, sending the left foot all the way back and up, three-legged dog. Maybe bending the left leg at the knee and just allowing that left foot to hang down by the right glutes, reaching the left knee high on the inhale, and with the exhale, just allowing the hips to open to the left. Breathing in here. As you exhale, we're going to draw the left knee forwards into the chest, shoulders forwards over the wrists, and finding that place where you can land the left foot down in between the hands. Taking all those extra little wriggles and shuffles that it takes to get it there though. Breathing in deeply. When it feels comfortable, we're going to lift up into our high lunge, and this time you're going to feel that big stretch all across the front of the right hip. So we're sinking down into that left knee, we're reaching back through the right heel, sweeping the arms high, filling the belly with the inhale, and as you exhale, we're going to step the right knee forwards and up. As we're in that place where we've got the right knee lifted and we're standing just on the left foot. So you get to stay here, right? Practicing the balance. This is already a huge balance challenge, and it's strengthening that left leg. The second option is going to be to cross the right ankle over the left knee, or all the wobbles here. And as you exhale, sinking the hips, sweeping the arms up alongside the ears. And if you really sink the weight back into that left heel and press the hips back, sometimes that's the thing that makes it all feel a little bit more steady, reaching through the fingertips and breathing really deeply into the very bottom of the belly. One more inhale here. As you exhale, we're going to uncross the legs, keeping the right foot lifted, sending it all the way back behind and taking the fingertips down towards the floor for that little bit of balance as you make your way into Warrior Three. And you get to stay here, right? Because this is already perfect variation of Warrior Three with the fingertips landed, or maybe lifting the hands, taking the palms to prayer. And if you lift the hands, you want to really squeeze the shoulder blades together. The balance usually feels a little bit more possible on one side than the other. This is my wobbly side today. So with a big exhale, we're going to land the right foot behind, sweeping the arms high, lifting the chest, breathing into high lunge, exhaling, lowering the hands, stepping the left foot back, rooting down through the hands, reaching back through the heels, breathing in deeply. As you exhale, we're going to lower, and as you inhale, lifting the chest, upward facing dog. Exhaling, we're going to lower the knees, sinking the hips back, resting the forehead down.